Board games, board games, am I talking about them? Board games, will they get a mention? I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and I know that I started on this date, this show 10, 11 minutes late. But there might be board games that I'm talking about, or there might not be, but either way, I'm not going to shout. Hello, and I hope that people are well. Hey, hey, reboot worked, and basically, I just started up, and this I could claim that this was part of the chaotic shenanigans. That hey, I will start late, but that wasn't the intention at all. It was in, after how many days was it? 238. I overslept by 6 minutes. Yep. Yep. That is exactly the case. That is what the chaotic shenanigans kind of are today. Anyway, so if you want to take a bath, I certainly maybe wouldn't mind one, but you know, if you're on camera, I think, like, it's probably not the kind of stream where people take their clothes off, and Twitch does have rules against nudity and stuff anyway. And but if you want to take a bath, like if you're just watching, then you're allowed to take a bath and watch at the same time. Or if you want to go into a bathtub with your clothes on, that is totally fair. I mean, that's been done in the past by Xate, of course. But yeah, I am Bez. This is ostensibly bath time for some people, board game bladder, and we're having chaotic shenanigans. And let me catch up with the chat. Let me see what people are saying. And we can tell, says Xate. Hey, board games, not boring games. Can't linger, but hope all had a wonderful day of food, family, and festivities. Lovely to see you. And yes, it was a lovely Christmas for me. We had a big turkey. We did actually play a couple of games. We played the Style of Rummy, which is my mum's favourite game, and then we played Fruit Spy by Rainer Knizia, which I was massively disappointed by. I feel like the farmer and the wife, I feel like I must be missing something, because, I mean, it can't be as bad as I think it is. Surely it can't be. But, I mean, come on, Rainer Knizia, sorry. But then having said that, Rainer does make a lot of games. Maybe I'll send it to someone who likes Rainer Knizia. Anyway, but yeah, Fruit Spy, very disappointing. Rummy, we all know it's luck-based, but I enjoyed it because it was going together. Add task, grab something to drink, maybe coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I appreciate that, sure. I will... I mean, I don't feel like that's exactly... Wait, where's my little bits of paper? And are you actually wanting me to write that down? Okay, I'll just write drink something. Drink something. Well, something do. And that is going into the little box. I need to make that shorter task, and then see. And let's see. I have to get to. Okay, so, and then Xate made me do a task, which, let's see what happens straight away, even before I've done the full intro. So this is what all the chaotic shenanigans are about. So for those who don't know, or those who are watching after the fact, on Twitch, you're allowed to do !add task, the ! do task to make me do things, and we'll have free things. How many things are into? There's 3 more things in the box. So here's song about Xate. I could sing a song about Xate, play the crew, or drink something. You know what? Because it's Boxing Day, I appreciate you telling me to drink something, but I'm going to put that on. So you get one of these. So either it's not song about Xate specifically, it's song about whoever activated it. So either a song about viewer or play the crew. And we'll do one of those two. And yeah. Hey Bez, pulling no punches. We've a new puppy. So our games were just chase the squeaky toy. That sounds unboring. And anyway, this is what we're doing today is chaotic shenanigans. Are you saying that you can tell in my voice? Xate, I'm going to tell that I just woke up. So you are too tired to... Plus, it needs 3 of us. Okay, so let's do a quick song about Xate. And have I got this thing working? How can you tell that I'm tired? But okay, so a song about Xate, and let me. Okay, Xate, do you have a favorite key, or? I mean, you are at about 50% energy, says Xate. Oh, fair enough. So let's do something in E. Xate. I appeared a bit late for Xate, but Xate was on time. And Xate is a friend of mine. Xate is moderator, and all the robots fear her. Xate. Why can't I read? I like my bike back. Oh yeah. Xate has a bicycle, and its bike is wonderful. Xate rides all about, and Xate, I imagine, doesn't shout. Xate goes riding along. Will Xate be singing a song? I doubt it. I don't think Xate sings whilst cycling around to do shopping for things. Xate goes cycling, Xate goes cycling upon a bike. Xate plays yogi once. It's not a game that Xate does like. Xate loves a David. Turksay is the surname. But when I say Xate loves David, it's just basically David's games. Xate loves complexity. Xate loves complexity. And Xate finds that this is heartwarming to her. Xate loves to be free, and a bicycle helps Xate be free. And Xate loves Atwakan and anachrony, because Xate loves complexity. I can't read because I'm tired, says Xate. Xate loves a bike lock key and takes it everywhere with her. Maybe going to the post office to get the board games from a sender. So that is, hopefully that is a possible song about Xate. I regret the joke about what key I like. Well, yep. You know that if you throw something into the chat, well, I'm probably going to use it if it's at all relevant. That's the way it'll be. Xate loves the bike lock key. Xate loves the bike lock key. And I hope that Xate remembers to take it, maybe. Anyway. So, good morning, and this is Saturday, the 26th of December, 2020. And, yep, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope that you're... And morning, Rob. Rob feels that they know Xate better now. Oh, that's lovely. And so, what are recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights? Playing games and other delights, I think, is because we don't really see the sights, do we? Not in this time and age. And honestly, I did go for a bit of a walk yesterday. I did have about an hour's walk whilst talking to a sibling who's on the other side of the world. And someone who my parents would have gone off and seen if it hadn't been for all this COVID. 2 new additions to the family. I mean, it feels like almost maybe at some point during this show, maybe I feel like I want to do a 2020 retrospective at some point. But hey, let's just focus on yesterday for at least this moment. We had a good turkey. We had roast potatoes. I was proud of how they came out. We had stuffing, 2 types of stuffing. One stuffing was actually haggis. So it was an experiment that my sibling said, hey, let's put haggis into this turkey. We did. I really loved it. No one else, my parents weren't that keen. My sibling goes, yeah, this is pretty good. And we also had normal stuffing. So it was like haggis right in the middle and then stuffing like chestnuts. And I had mince pies. The rummy was good. Fruit pie was not good. And I'm insanely disappointed by Konitsu. Or I might be getting something wrong. Maybe the rules are just really badly written because, you know, it is translated from German and it is in like 5 different languages and mistranslations occur. But as far as I can understand, if the farmer and the I think it's called like Farmer Papa and Lucille or something. But anyway, if these 2 characters, the only reason for them to be there is to have this is where you start counting from it. And one of them, it's just for an alternative ending. It seems completely pointless, seems completely superfluous. And I just don't understand. Yeah, anyway. So if anyone's played Fruits Pie, let me know if I've... and Rob actually played a physical game with the family yesterday, Bear and Park. That's a great game, all about the bears. Oh my god, it is so dark in Glasgow here. You can tell because my face is quite dark. Haggis sounds like great stuffing. I agree. I'm glad that you agree. Maybe this could be a new thing that we start doing. We had beef cooked as bear for our Christmas lunch. It is medieval style, spice marinade and absolutely amazing. Idle Michael agreed to let me make Trails of Idleness to Canna for today's stream because I'd asked to play it for Christmas on a different stream and they had changed their mind. Michael thought that was not nice, so said he'd play it with me. He doesn't even know the game yet. Yeah, I saw that on the stream, something about you teaching Ken, it's like a week ago, and that's going to be at 2 p.m, right? So yeah, I hope you have lots of fun, and hello Prey, it's lovely to see you. See, I'm glad that you did stream, and the fact that I started late maybe couldn't be the secret between Satan and me if I hadn't actually said that out loud. But hey ho, I started on time 239 days because counting the one thing. But yep, 2 UK time says Xate. So yeah, if anyone wants to play that, then they can. So yeah, what else did people enjoy? And yeah, I'll never tell Prey or Rob that you started really. It wasn't really late. It was like 11 minutes. But that is the end of our recent highlights, I think. Now, brilliant thing, what's a little thing that is brilliant? Brilliant things. Well, I've still got the plural. I'm going to maybe take that off because, yeah, brilliant things. What are some brilliant things? And I'm going to say that t-shirts are pretty brilliant because they're... No, we've already talked about t-shirts. This is the problem with these brilliant things, that I've tried to keep them all unique. And after a few hundred, you start to be like, okay, what did I talk about? Did I talk about that? I don't think I talked about cathode ray tube television specifically. No, but cathode ray tube televisions, that's something that I want to talk about because I have one just next to me in this room. And the thing about cathode ray tube TVs is that some of the old consoles, especially the Spectrum when it was really low res, it's all about the blurriness of these things. And it's all about, hey, if you actually can see the exact lines between all these things, then it doesn't look quite as good. And ironically, I know that we have all this old style 8-bit art, 16-bit art, but no one back in the day actually saw those things as crystal clear squares like that. I mean, if you look at someone actually had a project back in the day which was to get people to simulate a cathode ray EV on I think it was like on some sort of PC, like maybe an IBM compatible, i.e. a Windows machine. But essentially, with a cathode ray tube, having that slight little bit of blurriness allows people to have like little flickering spider legs that turn out to look actually something like the spinning wheels of a car tire. And yeah, I just think it's pretty cool. Cathode ray tube TV. And Rob already noticed that I was late. And Phil was here too. Full notice. Oh man, can we drop brilliant things in 2021? No. Let's keep appreciating things. And why would you want to drop this? I think this is, like, for me, the best part of the show. And now Haggis. Okay, this is going to be the second brilliant thing. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll have one from us and one from the audience. That haggis is indeed a brilliant thing. Haggis is so tasty, and haggis is, yeah, it's just like the texture, the slight grittiness, the kind of meatiness, oh my god, the explosion of flavors. It's so good. Haggis, where it's at. Yeah, haggis and cathode ray tube TVs, those are both brilliant things. These are little things that these were little things that are brilliant. So there we go. Those were both brilliant things. See, a brilliant thing. Veggie haggis is also good. I mean, look, I really like vegetables, but... And I just want to quick hello to Nicholas. It's really lovely to see you. Merry Second Christmas Day, as it's called in Germany. I have no audio right now. I'm sneaking in a bit of chat whilst in company. Well, I guess I'll just wave, so the wave will be understood. And yeah, if anyone has any questionably quick questions, then please let me know. So, as far as questionably quick questions, I mean, I just want to quickly talk about, Bez, what do you think about vegetarian haggis? And I like the notion of vegetarian stuff, because I like the notion of not having to, kill other beings that have a bit more of a mind and are a bit more similar to ourselves than vegetables. Because, there was a time in my childhood when I said to someone, even the act of existence, we've got to continually consume and we've got to destroy through that consumption. Someone said, well, you can go vegetarian or you could go vegan, but that's not the point. Like, even if you're going vegan or vegetarian, we are kind of destroying things through our consumption, through like the energy, even like the destruction of the fruit, but then maybe like the difference is like the fruit is part of the tree that it's kind of not really the main organism, is it, generally? But then you could argue that by eating the potato, you've stopped the potato from spreading, and it's a weird one. Maybe it's like a deep hole to get into, like the notion of being vegetarian or not. But anyway, like I would like to kind of eat a bit less meat, if nothing else, for global warming. I hear like methane is pretty bad with all the beef and everything. But yeah, my issue is when people call, hey, these are vegetarian chicken wings or vegetarian haggis. And these vegetarian chicken wings, so-called vegetarian chicken wings that I saw, were not vegetarian chicken wings at all. By which I mean they did not taste anything like chicken wings, but they were decidedly lovely. These vegetarian chicken wings, I think they were actually jackfruit with a lovely coating and breadcrumbs. So they were almost treated as if chicken wings. But if you want to have chicken wings, then would this actually be a substitute? Maybe not. And so let's embrace the vegetableness. Let's not call it like vegetarian chicken wings. Let's not call it veggie fried chicken as they called their entire establishment. Let's not call it veggie haggis. I mean, sure, vegetarian sausages I can kind of get behind, because sausages are really just whatever kind of meat you want and whatever kind of mixture you want to put in there. But come on, chicken wings, that's a really specific thing. And so, yeah, that's my thoughts on vegetarian facsimiles of other stuff. And have to go. Merry Christmas and bye, Pray. Lovely to see you, and I hope that you have a wonderful Christmas. And if I don't see you before then, a Happy New Year. Oh, and Alex pops in. Hello, Alex. It's lovely to see you. Would you be up for playing the crew if I do task thing that it comes up? This is a thing, like, we could actually totally play the crew if people want it. And there's Alex, and there's Rob, and there's... Does anyone else want chicken wings? I see what you're saying. Like, I did talk a lot about these chicken wings. I feel like, are you asking me to talk about food less? Like, is that a formal request to talk about food less, Xate? And hello, it's good friend Andy Hopwood, who people might remember from the show. It's lovely to see you, Andy. I hope you've had a good Christmas with your family. And Andy, what have you been up to? Have you enjoyed your food? Have you enjoyed your dinner? Have you gotten to play any games in a hopefully smoke-free house? And yeah, would you like to come back on at some point? Moff to a thing with family, says Rob. Well, enjoy your thing, Rob, and I hope that you have a wonderful thing, whatever that thing is. Difficult to ask people to make vegetarian alternative meals. If people know how to make chicken wings and want to accommodate a vegetarian person, it can be a lot easier. Look, I'm not against it on principle. I'm not against like someone in their own house making vegetarian chicken wings. But when an establishment, an entire shop calls themselves vegetarian fried chicken, clearly playing off Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they have VFC in a similar logo, I mean, that's just going to lead to disappointment because people are coming expecting something that tastes a bit like. I hope you get what I'm saying. Anyway, veggie haggis is still a delicious mix of grains, nuts, etc. I find it a little bit dry. Can we talk about chocolates instead? Says Rob. Hi, good friend Andy Hopwood, who I remember from the show. Sprouts. Oh yeah, Brussels sprouts. Oh, I love a good Brussels sprouts. Or Brussels sprouts, I'm going to admit. I hope my brother is. I hope my sibling is listening because I'm trying to keep it a wee bit under wraps. But my sibling tried something, boiling them and then putting them in the oven to get them a bit crunchy. Didn't really work. And I just like my sprouts to be lightly steamed, ideally, not even boiled, just steamed. That's the way I like my sprouts. I think I need your address so I can be mean to you in person. Yeah, if you had Kentucky Fried Veg, that would be brilliant. That would be a great name for it. And then they could probably, I don't know if that would. Is Kentucky within food some sort of copyright? I don't know. I'm assuming it isn't. But Kentucky Fried Vegetables, you know exactly what you're getting. And I would be like, oh my god, embrace the vegetables, brilliant. Maybe you've got Kentucky Fried Peppers and Kentucky Fried Cauliflower and in Kentucky Fried Jackfruit. That would be great. I would love that. Yes, 100%. That's what I'm talking about. And today, Andy Hopwood was walking their dog, who is brilliant. In the park family, just wanted to drop in some festive tear to you. Bosh! And hi and happiness to everyone. And happiness and love to everyone, whether you're passing through or you're here. And so, with that, I guess there are no questionably quick questions today. So I have a song that I half wrote about a game. I should probably do a banner for this. But then, okay, let me actually do a banner, and it's going to be guess the game, guess the game. You are trying to guess the game's name. Guess the game, guess the game. You're trying to guess the game's name. And so, yeah, feel free to comment, ask like blah blah blah, and guess the game. I'll write a bit more there later, but there we go. Guess the game, guess the game. You can guess it as soon as you want. Guess the game, and the first person gets 1,000 points. And it's a game which I wrote into a text document, which is hopefully I will be able to read. This is a bit morbid. Okay. Okay, let's do D minor. And yeah, you can guess as many times as you want, but you can't guess 2 times in a row. In between each guess, you have to let someone else have a go. In the end, we're not going to die, because we could always beg. But we'll have... Man, I'm struggling to... I think I really needed to wash my face. My backup. Okay. Okay. Sorry about this. Is this the worst stream ever or what? Okay. In the end, we're not going to die, because we can always beg. We'll feed ourselves, or at least we will try, with veg or an animal's leg. Let us find... Let us raise cattle. Let us break bread. Let us grow people and make sure they're fed. What's a profession that you'd like to do? Well, after drafting, let's make dreams come true. Let us find clay and let us find stone. For somewhere to stay, we will expand our home. Let us find reed to build a new roof, and out in our pastures a cow's hoof. In the end, we're not going to die, 'cause we'll always beg. But we'll feed ourselves, or at least we will try, with veg or an animal's leg. It's a hard life we lead, but this is the way. If we want to feed, there's no time to play. We're storing the food, it's not just for today. Let's please not go out to beg. And that is that. And I'll wait a couple of minutes from the... Okay, so no more guesses. And we've trying to avoid the song. Not trying to avoid the song. Hello, Dutch Yoda. Lovely to see you. I hope that you had a good Christmas and are having a good Boxing Day so far. Andy guesses Dixit. That is not correct, but it's time for Andy to go anyway. Happy New Year to you too. Agricola, that is totally correct. Xate says the worst one was one with Emma. I assume you mean the first one with Emma. That's very important too. And Xate agrees with Agricola. Never played it, but sure. And yeah, it is a good game. Not a big Uwe Rosenberg fan. That's fair. I mean, Rosenberg is so different. Like, if you compare Agricola, like the worker placement hero Rosenberg, to the Polyomno Rosenberg, to the, Bonanza Rosenberg. I mean, these three games, I'm not saying that Rosenberg is quite up to the level of Chvatal, but there's definitely a lot going on in Rosenberg's mind. And so, yeah, definitely something I would say worth trying. So, yep, it is indeed Agricola. So, Aqua Sulis gets 1,000 points. Wait, that was meant to have another 0. And I typed it wrong anyway. Aqua Sulis, 1,000 points. And add Will Cook for board games, 500 points. And whoops, I completely forgot to put in the exclamation mark. Oh man, this is what I get for not getting out of bed an hour earlier. Just going to switch, hoping that or you think, wow, because I forgot the exclamation mark. Not getting out of bed an hour early. And hello, Jay Folsgaard, lovely to see you. I hope that you've had a good Christmas and you're generally well. This is a slightly later than usual busy breakfast board game Blether, and that was our round of Guess the Game. And now we're going to do more chaotic shenanigans, and Tina is no longer here. So, boom. Okay, so in the absence of anyone asking me to do stuff, I'm going to I feel like let's talk about Agricola. Yeah, why not? I mean, what I love about Agricola is the fact that, for me, it's got so many cards, it's got so much set-up version that you're never going to have the same opportunities to time. It's like a ridiculous amount of cards. Start to think, okay, these are amongst the better ones, but sometimes it's an interesting little combo, and you've got to think, okay, maybe this is something that I want to try and aim for, and those combos, if you do a bit of drafting, can be really joyful. The other thing about it is that as a relatively newcomer to board games, if you're playing it with, in terms of teaching, if you've got however many spaces on the board, and then if there's another space more, so the complexity goes up and up, but it never feels unmanageable. And every turn there's just one more space that you can go, and there's a certain narrative to the game thanks to this unfolding of worker placement. Like, you know that family growth is only going to appear at such and such a stage, and by the time it appears, well, you've better built up your home, and by the time that family growth, you are going to have a certain narrative to the game, like, okay, build up your home, expand your home, get people, and but also get your food engine going on, and towards the end you want to score already scored, whether that's sets of the carrots, and now you're not only keeping it for today, you're not actually using this food to eat anymore, you're using so much food that you're just storing it, and you just keep it for several winters. But yeah, there's a lovely flow to the game. That doesn't mean, of course, you could say, hey, wait minute bets. Doesn't that mean that every game's going to be exactly the same? But no, it doesn't. Because, sometimes you're going for the veg, sometimes you're going for an oven, which is, its own style thing. Sometimes you're going for the carrots that's, multiply. Sometimes you're going for a particular type of animal. And 2 players, it's such a different experience. Agricola, I think it's lovely. And apparently J Fool's Guard did have a lovely Christmas. So I'm glad to hear. And yes, I played the piano. And games are brilliant for so many reasons. I should probably turn that one off. We've had a lot of that one recently, haven't we? Do task. I feel like I need to do task. I've been asked to do a task. Okay, so okay, take. Is that 3? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see what they are. We've got Played a Crew. That keeps coming up somehow. We've got Change Hair. Or we've got a song about another game. So, yeah, Play the Crew, Change Hair, or a song about another game. So if we are going to play the crew, I want to ask, firstly, everyone in chat, are you up for playing the crew? And if you're up for playing the crew, we definitely have time to play it because it's only 10:50 something. So we've got another hour left. Is there, if Sate's up for playing the crew and we've got a third person, then could anyone else join if I pick the crew? Honestly, I'm happy with any of these ones. So, yeah. While Sates is decide, I am going to maybe have a. I am so tempted to have a 1 minute break whilst people decide to play it or not. It would be probably more like a 3-minute break. I don't have big music, but looks like no one's up for playing the crew. So you get a song about the game or change hair, and the song about the game would be completely improvised. Go for that minute face wash. I was actually going to get some water as well. I'm going to say, okay, Xate, if anyone comes in away for 3 to 0 minutes, because maybe someone's later on and I want it to still be true. I mean, actually, maybe that's confusing. I'll wait for 3 minutes. Okay. I will be back in just a moment. Hello, and wow, we've got so much chatter. That's good to see. So, would anyone else play the crew? Asks Sate. No one's up for the crew. Oh, J Guard might be up for the crew. Have you played it before on Board Game Arena? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So I'm just going to stream it and we'll play it together. And Rob Game gave Sate a premium account. Okay, I've never played it before, so chaos might happen. That's fun though. It's a bit nicer at 4, but 3 is good too. So it looks like we are playing the crew with myself, J Guard, and Xate. Oh, this is exciting. We play with 3 suits and 1 rocket. So that is it. And hello, everyone. I guess that is what's happening. So I'm putting the new game song back in the thing. I'm putting the change hair back in the thing. I like that some people have put in easier tasks. And we are going to play the crew. And so finally, that is happening. I wondered when that would happen. So, and I'll get rid of the banner that says I'm away, because I am clearly here. I mean, I'm not away any longer. So, So now I guess I should put in a new banner that that's what the rest of this show is now. Playing the crew. Playing the crew. And oh no, I made one of my bits of paper wet. It'll probably survive. I'll put it to the side to dry. Okay, so Xate, I guess you're starting a game of the crew. This is my vague attempt at space music. In space, maybe we'll die, but in space, we're gonna try to survive as we play the crew. Maybe with you. Okay, so how are we doing it? We can't watch your screen because we can't see your cards. Oh, so not seeing my cards is part of it. Okay, well, normally how are we meant to... So maybe for the people who are Jay and I can't. So maybe for anyone who's watching after the fact, it feels like they might want to see the crew. Where did I go? Board Game Arena, and arena.com. It seems like can you just move the window that's got me in it to have my face, to have like my video off screen? That seems like what you probably want to do. Like just drag my... So I think what works is for Xate and Jay, if we're going to... Do you normally type messages? Is that normally how you communicate between rounds? So I was thinking like we'd maybe use this to message in. I will just speak, and so you'll be able to hear me. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's an issue. Are you willing to come on to the video? Like, if you come onto the video, though, like, you can even turn off your screen. Like, you can... Yeah, that's the point. Maybe if the 3 of you come onto the thing, so I will send the link. Okay, so if I send the link to the Twitch, then Jay and Xate can join in. So this is a link specifically for Jay and Xate, but anyone else who wants to join in the crew is totally welcome. I don't know who else is watching. Someone on YouTube and someone else But yeah, and why can't I see that? Sorry about this. This is the kind of wait a minute. Stuff by Bez content's restricted. They've made me content restrict. I'm just getting a content's restricted thing when I. Have I been told off? Does Twitch think that my content is 18 plus or something? Is it because I said swear words too many times? I don't know what's going on there. That's a weird one. But rocking around the Christmas tree as a happy holiday. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the way that we should do it with other people. So Jay and Xate, pop it into the chat. You can turn off your own videos if you don't want to show your faces to the world. That is totally fair. You need my BGA account. Like, I think you can guess it. Come on. I actually need to log in, but yeah, I'm twitter.com/stuffwithbez, in.com/stuffwithbez, stuffwithbez.com, twitch.tv/stuffwithbez. What do you think that I put my board game arena name as? It's Stuff by Bez. It's like same as my board game geek account. But so I thought I got a new trophy, apparently 6 months seniority on BGA. And I'm going to have to put in headphones because there's other people coming on. Just a second, Xate, I do see you. I'm just putting in headphones so it's not truly terrible. We are just setting this up. Oh, whoops, sorry. Yep, I missed that thing. You have mine. Oh yes, we need J Fool's Guards thing. Okay. Sorry about that whole, I was trying to make, it was like a vaguely, now I feel really bad. I was being like the sarcastic, more like vaguely condescending, and now I realize that I completely misread it. I was always the fool. Are you happy for your video to be shown to other people, Xate? Okay, cool. So, hello, Xate. Hello on stream. And Alex is constructing a treeless treehouse and lurking. Fair enough. So Alex will be joining us, but we are going to be playing the crew for a wee bit when Jay comes back. That is our plan.
Yes. I'm slightly addicted to this game.
Wow, they've got like a Simpsons thing. What for St. Petersburg? What's all that about? It's been ages since I've logged into the crew. I mean, into Marina. Is that just a completely superfluous Ned Flanders thing? I'm trying to work out what relationship this whole. Let me share the screen. So in this article that I'm just skimming for the first time, I see this and I'm thinking, okay, St. Petersburg is available now on Board Game Arena, but also they seemingly have some sort of licensing. Wait, why is it not adding? It's just being really slow for some reason, StreamYard. I'm thinking, okay, do they have some sort of licensing deal with The Simpsons? Is there some sort of Simpsons shenanigans going? What's going on with? And then I look and I find, no, there is nothing to do with The Simpsons. So why is, like, yeah, due to Hidely Ho, neighbor knows, but you can't just be using Ned Flanders from The Simpsons, surely. Like that. What is the relationship to The Simpsons? It's just an incredibly confusing image to me, at least. What do you think of it, Xate? Wait a minute. I think you're muted. You need to unmute yourself.
I was confused by it too. I thought St. Petersburg is a Euro game, and so I don't know why a Simpsons character is on it, but sure. I have invited you both, hopefully, to the game.
It's even bear any. It's like, okay, great. I just to say, like, The Simpsons in tone, it's completely different to a Euro game. Like, The Simpsons is a quite fun and frivolous thing, which I don't think St. Petersburg really is. Not only is there no Simpsons content, but there's no fun and family hijinks content. Like, it's just, anyway. Xate invites me. It says, and then I've got a little button that says accept.
Yep.
Ooh, exciting. It's been a while since I've Well,
and we have Jay there.
I assume you will teach us.
Sure.
Yeah, there's Jay and there's me.
Okay. I'm not going to look at your screen anymore so that I don't see anything there. So I'm only at the BGA screen. That means I also don't see any comments or anything currently.
Maybe.
So actually, I could see if I can
slide that off. Probably drag it so that you can see the edge of the comments. Like if you drag it to the left side of the screen.
I did.
Want
my screen's not big enough to have everything up at once anyway, though. Is Jay going to join us on audio or not?
What's I was doing? I've just sent another link to chat. So Jay, if you want to follow that link, put in your name and you can join us on screen whilst we are playing the crew together.
Yeah, it might be good to hear you at least, Jay.
They can.
So basically we are playing a cooperative trick-taking game. It has a maximum, it has a whole lot of levels. There's no way we're going to get through them all today. But basically trick-taking, I think, is a pretty common thing. Everybody here should know what it is. Basically, the first player puts out a card, and if you have any cards of that color, you have to play a card of that color. And the highest card of that color will win the trick. Except if you cannot play the color that the first player has put their card out for, you can play any other card. Any card in any color that is not the leading card will not win, even if it's higher, unless it's a trump card, which in this game are the rockets. And because we're playing a 3-player game, there are the rockets of the values 2, 3, and 4, and they are the highest cards in the game and will win tricks. Of course, the 4 rocket will beat the 3 or the 2 rocket, but they will beat even the starting color that's been played out. But again, you can only use them if you're out of the color. Just basic trick taking. The cooperative part is...
What are the numbers that are available?
We'll be playing with 3 different colors, and the numbers are 1 to 9. So
1 to 9, okay, cool.
Yeah, in 3 colors. In the 2 or the 4-player game, there's 4 colors, but they take out green for 3 players. So I'm going to skip past the logbook thing. There's a story about us being in space and whatever. That's not that important and not that interesting. What we'll be looking at is you see the little monkey spaceman symbol next to J, which means that he is going to be the starting player for this round. It also means that he has the number 4 rocket. Whoever has that card when the cards are dealt becomes the starting player. So we know that information.
Okay, got it.
Obviously, Jay can't tell us that, but we don't need him to because he's starting player. We also see in the middle, it'll say the mission 1 and has some story, and then it'll tell different rules each time. The first couple of rounds are going to kind of bring us into the game. And we see in the middle available tasks. A lot of times, not every round, there will be task cards to be taken, They start with the starting player, and we go around choosing them if there happen to be multiples. In this case, there's only one, so Jay will be clicking on the available task and taking that, and we'll be trying to win the pink card of number 1 suit, the number 1 card of the pink suit. He does not have to win it with pink. He does not have to win it by playing the 1 card. He just has to win a trick in which somebody has played this card into the middle, right? That's how we collectively win.
That seems simple enough.
We don't even finish playing the game after that. As soon as
I feel
Jay
confidence about this one.
So there's one more little piece of information. We have a little like beige colored card next to us that shows that has like a little green spaceman helmet on it. That can be used to communicate. You click on the card part, not the green icon. That's important. You click on the part of the card, and then you can click on any card in your hand, well, on most cards in your hand, to give information about them. And you can set the information of this is my only card of this color by clicking the green spaceman helmet in the middle. You can say it's the lowest card I have of this color by clicking in the lower position, or the highest card in this color by clicking on the highest. I'm going to do this now, even though it's not the most relevant thing for this round, just so that you see that I have it. So you see how it works. I click on the card, then I'm clicking in my hand.
And you're all allowed to use this card once?
Oh, it's not letting me do it yet because he hasn't picked the tag. Yeah, you can do it once per round.
Card once for the entire thing?
For the round. Just for the round. Jay, go ahead and take that task so that I can show what it's like to give a clue. Because you have to take the task anyway.
And Jay, if you are going to on audio, is slightly glitchy. I think that's because my internet connection here is not sadly the best. Jay joins here. You still do each other, fingers crossed.
Jay, are you here? Go ahead and take the task.
I mean, it is.
So then I'm going to show what giving a clue looks like. So I have put this card down and put the helmet up to show you I have the pink 9, and it is my highest card. This information won't change. So if I run out of pink cards, it won't go down to show it's my only pink card. It will stay as my highest, and you guys have to just figure out if I still have pink or not. But that will tell you both some information about what to play or not play currently. So we now try to let Jay win the pink one. Yes, and you can do it at any point between hands. So it's also good, especially in the more complex levels, to maybe wait a second at the start, not immediately throw it on a card, just to make sure no one wants to share information. But this round should be fairly easy.
You come to that, you can't off your video. So, apparently Jay's, when you say on, you mean chats on, because Jay says their computer is also a bit slow. Yeah, you can do exactly what Kate just did there by turning off the video.
Did that help?
It's up to you. If you would rather that is also okay, I guess. So it's important, Jay, at this point that you don't look at what's going on my screen. So maybe with Twitch, sort of shift. Oh, Jay's got some microphone issues. So maybe make sure to put the Twitch window off to the side of the screen so you can't see what's going on.
I can't.
Hello. Can we hear you? Jay. I cannot hear anyone else.
I can't hear Jay.
I can hear you, Kate. I guess you weren't talking when I said I can't hear anyone else, but
I was waiting for Jay to talk. It's okay.
Yeah,
Jay knows,
same.
as Jay's played before, and so this should work anyway. And we'll just give it a go.
Yeah. So Jay, presumably you have now sorted out your screen so I can drag down and see my own cards and show them to anyone else watching, but not to you. So Jay, play a card. It's Jay's turn to click on something.
So there's one more thing that we could do. In the middle, we're able to do a distress signal if we would like to pass a card. So that might be something that someone might want to activate. In fact, maybe I should just do it so that we can show what it's like. Oh no, because I already gave a clue, so we can't now. Never mind. Had I not yet given a clue, we could do that. But I don't think it's important for the first round. We should just get the basics. We can play again. I'll show it next round.
All good, Jay. Don't worry. And Jay has played the pink 3. Oh, no, wait.
And put the token in the middle, saying that that's the only pink card that Jay has, which is not very surprising. Okay. It's going to be fun to get Jay the pink one. So what we now know is Jay only has the pink 3, so probably won't be winning the pink one with pink. So
why
probably.
Not? Oh, because Sate probably has. Yep, got it. Okay.
Because I didn't give a different clue, basically.
Okay, so yeah.
And you know your card, so you know what.
You're only allowed to use the You're only allowed to use the rockets if you've run out of the starting color.
Yeah.
Yep, and we're just waiting for to start off the first trick.
Yep.
So
we should be good.
I guess there's a bit of Jay learning about the sort of what's going on in terms of the interface.
So just pick the card from your hand that you want to play and click it, Jay.
I do quite like the graphics. Just curious now. Yeah, I do like these graphics, although it would have been nice if there were more pictures rather than all the colors.
Interesting.
Got the external
start.
mic to work, so it might be super noisy.
That's a smart play. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out for you. So, Bez, if you have a rocket, you now must play the rocket. So now we know that all of the 2 and the 3 rocket are out. Jay still has the 4 rocket. We know that. And it's your trick, so you get to lead again.
Let me go with that. And I will not talk about my thinking, but anyone who sees my screen will probably be able to intuit what I'm hoping for.
So I took that. I'm now going to wait and make sure there's nothing important that Bez needs to communicate, because you're the only person left who can communicate. So I'm giving you a chance. If you don't want to communicate, I will go ahead and play a card.
Okay.
Do you not want to communicate, or do you need to communicate now?
I'm not going to communicate. It's possible that I've messed up slightly, but hey, this is the first game.
Well, you haven't communicated, so I'm thinking that means this should be okay. Jay doesn't have a choice. Jay has to play their only pink card. I'm currently winning the trick. and it's your turn, but you didn't communicate anything. So we should be fine, right? Now, Jay does not have pink cards, but Jay does have the rocket. And I'm going to lead pink.
Hmm. And so...
We'll see what Jay does. And so now it's your turn. And you have pink cards, so you have to play pink cards. Exactly. We won. Yay!
Sure, and we will continue.
Right.
And so,
that was...
Jay, yes, Jay's mentioned that their external mic might be very noisy. And are you happy for your face to be shown, Jay? Just checking. Or did you want your video to be off?
I thought you wanted us to turn those off because it was pulling too much of your internet.
No, I don't think in terms of the... And I think Jay meant that it would be audio only for them.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to turn mine off. That's why I did.
Oh, wait. Jay thinks video off is best for...
Yeah, we'll just leave them off then.
So, Jay, you've got a little button on the bottom left of the screen that says Stop Cam. And if you click that, that will turn the cameras off if you want to do that. So let's see if we can hear Jay now. Hello, Jay.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. And
I
it's
can hear
not
you
noisy
too.
at all. Brilliant.
That's great because my computer is going nuts.
Awesome.
Hi.
Well, it's good to hear your voice for the first time ever.
Yeah, it's great. It's a bit weird because I'm used to hearing you, but you can't. But now you can hear me too. But that's great. I think I'm gonna close down the Twitch thing just to be sure I have less running.
Yeah, I stopped Twitch.
Okay, so have I now. Cool.
So if you all click on continue, it will dish up the second mission, and then I will explain the token in the middle. The black circle is the distress token. So if after we have taken our tasks, but before anyone has made a communication about what cards are in their hands, somebody says, this is not possible with the cards I have, I would like to pass a card. You hit that distress token, and the mission leader chooses the direction, but we're allowed to say, I would prefer to pass a card to the right or to the left.
Okay.
But we can't say what card or why. And it's up to the mission leader. They can choose the direction or deny the request. So now there's 2 available tasks. As mission leader, I have to pick the first one. The one
and
that I
it
want.
means you do not get the yellow 9 or you do not get the yellow 4. Is that correct?
I choose which one of these tasks I would like to complete. So I'm going to pick this one.
Which means... Oh, sorry, you were about to say.
Which means I will be trying to win the yellow 4 card. And automatically, Jay is forced to take the yellow 9 because Jay is next in player order.
Okay. I'll take the 9, I guess.
So Jay may or may not be happy with that. And if Jay, for example, is not happy about it, it might be a point where Jay would want to hit the pass a card button, the distress signal in the middle. But if Jay is happy with it, we'll just start the play.
And we can do this. We can't do this during the game, right?
We can only do it now. If you want to pass a card, it has to be done before anyone communicates what cards they have, or before any cards are played.
Okay.
And when we pass around,
I'd like to
presumably
pass
we're
a
going
card.
to be passing in clockwise order.
I get to choose the order because I'm mission leader. So
okay.
Jay can say, or I can say which way. So you're going to hit the button in the middle, the distress button, if that's what you want to do.
Oh, it's a button. Okay,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Now it asks me, and you can say if you have a preferred order. Oh gosh, I hope I get the order right. Which one's which one? I would like to pass a card to Bez and have Bez pass a card to you. And I think that means I'm going to the right. Does that seem right to you?
Counterclockwise, I would guess.
Yes.
It doesn't offer me that. It offers me left and right. So I'm going to say right. Bez, you are passing a card to Jay, and I am going to pass a card to you. Click on the card you want to pass, and there's no takesy backsies. As soon as you have clicked a card, that will be the card leaving your hand.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting. Yes, it works. It worked.
So, so I have to start, unfortunately. I'm going to play this.
Okay.
Okay.
A yellow 6, and all our missions are about 6s. So are these missions predefined, or is it just that? Is mission 2 always going to be these 2 specific missions?
No, they're random, drawn from the deck. Every colored card in the deck is one of the mission cards, and they get drawn randomly every round, and they get mixed back in, so you could get them twice in a row.
Okay, because it was different than playing the physical things. I think. No, I'm confused. No,
it's the same.
The small cards. Right.
The little small cards, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so when you get, does that mean that you keep getting one more mission, one more thing that you have to do every mission?
Not necessarily. Every mission is different, but it will be different in different ways. It kind of goes in waves of teaching you how to do one thing and then a different thing. I will communicate just because this is a beginner round, and I think it's nicer as we're getting to know each other. I probably wouldn't do this with Ken because we play this game so often.
Yeah, I'm also not.
And so you want to arbitrarily make things harder with Ken?
No, we just understand each other. We don't need communication like that. He would know. He would know. We've played a lot of the crew. We have 4 open games with different people, but it's always Ken and me and different other people.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna thinking. Wait. Okay. Thank you.
Right?
And
yes.
Fate has shown that their highest card is an 8.
Yeah,
and for me to talk anything more about the strategy might be against the rules of the game. But
I don't even need my 8. I will take it with a 7.
Yes.
Just showing off.
Yep.
Well done.
Okay, so some new information is coming out. We see in the middle there are not only cards, but they have numbered tokens on them, the 1 and the 2. What this means is that the yellow 5 card needs to be taken first before the pink 1 card can be taken. It does not have any relevance on any other tricks that are not relevant to these 2 cards. It's only these 2. So we could win all the blue cards and there would be no problem. But the yellow 5 needs to be 1 before the pink 1. Right?
That makes a lot of sense.
As mission leader, I have to choose again which one of these I would like.
Your mission leader again.
Yep, that means that I drew the 4 rocket. That's all that means.
Right.
Okay, I will take this one.
Okay.
I maybe should have turned that back off.
I'm also going to choose to communicate something before I play a card, because you both know information about me.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to make sure you've both seen this before I start the round.
Right.
And I am playing. If you're both ready, you're both ready that I start play, or do you need to communicate?
6 is your only thing.
Yes, my only yellow card. But again, I do not have to win it with yellow.
You also have the 4 rocket.
I also have the 4 rocket, which you both know because I'm the commander.
Yes.
So I am now starting play by playing my 6.
Right. Okay.
Ooh, dangerous. Living on the edge.
Living on the edge.
Bez could go under it. That is fun.
I have knowledge in my hand, so.
Would you care to communicate, either of you?
Sure.
How do I?
Okay, so Bez has only got a pink 6. I didn't even need Jay's information because that told me everything I needed to know to play this.
Right.
Because guess who's got the 8 and the 9? Bez, you have to play your 6, but it's no problem. We already finished the round. Way to go.
Lovely.
This will be getting harder. These are definitely the introductory rounds. So this is the first time every one of us has to win a trick, starting with Jay choosing which one Jay thinks would be best to win.
9 pink, 7 blue, and 8 blue are the cards that we need to win at some point. So
Yeah.
I guess in the actual game, there's like different decks of things that we mix in, and sometimes it says, okay, also use these tokens, and sometimes also use from this other deck, because you mentioned
no, there's no other deck. It's a stack of little tiny cards and then the normal size playing cards, and the little tiny cards are the available tasks, and you just draw from them however many it says in the mission log book. There's a like pamphlet that lists mission for mission, the flavor text that we see here on the side, and any special rules that apply. And then on hand from that, you pull out however many little task cards and tokens, if applicable.
This is gonna be hard, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the options to pass a card. If we choose to. This should not be a difficult choice. Okay, I was going to say if you don't have that card, you should not be picking it. But sure, I think we're going to distress now because we need to distress now.
Can we communicate?
We cannot communicate until after we've passed cards.
Right. Okay. Well.
So I'm confused now. I would like to pass the card to either one of you, but I have a feeling passing to Bez would be better. I would like to pass to Bez.
Okay. So I think that's fine.
So you'll be passing right according to the rules of the game, I think.
Yes.
I'm just wondering. I'm probably going to pass you this one. That might be stupid, but none of the others better, I think. Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, what's going on?
So you have to click the direct... You're mission leader, so you have to say that we're passing to the right. You have to click it at the top of the screen. Oh, it's in the top.
So, okay, to the right?
Yes.
Right. Yes, good. Just so we don't make a mistake.
So now we click our cards.
There you go, say it. Oh, maybe. Did it pick it? Yeah, it did pick it.
It's making my life hard. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
We got this now. We got this.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah, maybe.
Start.
Jay, we got this.
We got this. I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start with communicating. Because... Oh, that was the wrong button. Sorry.
You have to click the card first before you click the card you're trying to communicate. But don't worry, we've got this.
We got it. Good. Great. Thank you. I must play a card. Let's go with this.
Okay.
Not a problem, because we've got this.
Yes.
So in the final level, is it basically here's all a big list of basically all the cards, and you need to get all of them in a specific order?
I don't remember, because I also have so I played all the way through it with Judith, but we've played 60 of the 50 missions because there's several promos that came out that I've been lucky enough to have. So the last mission that we played was one of the promo missions, and it was basically pass out, I think, 25 of the different task cards, and just you can't lose by failing to get them. You're just trying to beat your best score, trying to get as many as possible. So so you were not just getting one per trick. You had to try to stack them and try to win more than one card per trick, which isn't relevant to you yet as information since we haven't had that scenario, but I will mention it when we get to one with more than 3 cards as tasks.
Yeah.
So.
But a lot of the structure of the game is in the rules that is added.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we don't have anywhere near all the rules yet.
I can definitely see why this is a winner of the spiel. I mean, it definitely feels like something that I could play with family, with 3 or 4 of us, and
it won Kennerspiel.
Oh, what was the spiel again? Was it the picture one?
Pictures, yes. Okay, so something new is happening now. So one of us is sick, and the mission leader, Bez, this is you this time, is going to be the one to decide who it is. So we can only answer if we feel good or bad, and you decide who's sick. So if we say we feel good, that means to us we feel like we're going to be winning tricks. And if we say we feel bad, it means we are telling you we don't think we would be winning tricks. And you have to pick which one of us is sick and therefore cannot win tricks.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
So, sure, how are you feeling?
I actually feel pretty good.
I feel pretty good. How many suits is there in the game?
3 in the
Okay.
3-player version. And the number 1 rocket has been taken out. It's rockets 2, 3, and 4.
Right. Normally there's 4 suits, isn't there? No.
Yes, normally green is also available, but that's only in the 2 and 4-player version.
Okay, yeah, that's why I got confused. Cool.
You're like, we haven't even seen a green card yet.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, I don't have any green cards. That's great.
The first time I played, I got to like mission 6 before I was like, really? Again? No green?
And you didn't notice that no one else had put any green down either?
We hadn't
No,
had any green missions, so it hadn't seemed relevant.
Yeah, I just like the first mission, I was very much juggling the whatever streaming thing it is, and trying to play at the same time. So it was a bit much.
But Jay, how do you feel?
You have to click how you feel. It doesn't.
Oh,
it
how
doesn't
I
tell us.
feel good.
So now,
I need to click
Bez, you have to
stuff.
decide which one of us who feels good is now going to be sick anyway. And we can't tell you
okay.
anything else. Okay, so I am not allowed to win a trick. That means you both also need to watch out that I don't win any tricks.
Right.
Oh, and someone wants to distress and pass cards?
Yes, I'm going to pass some cards to...
I would love to
Wait.
pass a card, sure. What direction are we
Left.
passing? Left. Okay. I'm passing off a card.
Feels like either this one or the next one, depending on how we get on here.
Which way are we
Until-
passing?
You pass to Bez.
I passed to Bess, but I don't know what you're gonna have. I'm gonna do.
It's an interesting choice for the Kenner Spiel because, for sure, it's a lower complexity, at least to start with. And it kind of gets into the notion of ramping up difficulty. I mean, when you think about the complexity of the game, do you think about the complexity that it will build up to on the final level, or do you think about, when you start it? And
So you both keep in mind, you're both trying to, it doesn't matter which one of you wins anything, but you just want to make sure I never can win.
And we're gonna play through all the cards?
Yes.
Right. Important. Okay. So as long as Sate doesn't win stuff, we're good.
Yep.
Very nice.
Great.
And we can still choose to communicate at any point if we need to. So far, I have not seen a need. And here's why. Bez, do you see the information I'm giving you by playing pink?
Yes, of course. I have played a trick-taking game before.
Just making sure. I'm used to playing with Dina.
There is, yeah. This game does require that you are used to playing with. Let's go with this. Playing trick-taking cards. Hey, I'll take that.
Oh,
I would now like to make a comment on my cards. I will let you know this.
Good. I think.
You're welcome.
And let's go like this.
And we're golden.
Woo!
yeah, because the one card that I definitely had, that I had not yet played.
Very beautiful.
So boom.
Very well done. Yes.
Nice.
Love that. Beautiful round.
Let's call this the last one.
Okay.
For today.
We're getting some new tokens out in the middle. The arrows are, those cards have to be won in that order. So the pink 2 has to be won before the pink 7. But the yellow 5 has not got a token on it. That means it can be won at any point. It can be won before the 2, in the middle of the 2 and the 7, or after. It doesn't matter. I will do this then.
Okay.
Okay, so now we ask if anyone needs to send a distress signal.
Right? I do not.
I'm good, I think.
Okay, so I will play something.
Yes. Oh, Jay.
Was that your only pink?
No.
Why did you play the 7? The 7 had to go to Xate.
Because sometimes you oversee something like that. Yeah. Okay, that's no problem. Mulligan, we just do it again.
Yeah.
That just cost the taxpayers a couple of billion dollars, but that's okay.
That's fine.
We'll just replay it. Luckily, that was an unmanned mission. Nobody got hurt. We'll try again.
Mistake happens.
Okay.
It's actually quite fun to see it in a completely new setup, and even something like Mission 6, it might be easier sometimes, it might be harder sometimes, depending on exactly which tasks.
Level, I think it was 26, is evil at 3 players. And it's not bad at all at 2 or 4 players. There's one level where 2 tricks have to be won using the number 1 colored card. And with 1 suit less in the 3-player game, it makes it very, very difficult. Does anyone need to communicate?
Okay, we passed the distress, I guess.
We can still distress if you would like to.
Yeah, because it's not looking great.
Then go ahead and click that button.
I'll do this distress. Confirm.
Do you have a preferred direction that you would like to pass? Since you're the one asking for distress.
Do you normally get to ask that? Or
yes, you're allowed to say. No, they're allowed to say where they want to pass, but not why. Like he can't say, "Oh, I have this card that would help you." But you can say, "I would prefer to pass to you," or yes. But it is the mission leader's decision.
But can you decide? I can't say.
I mean, I can still veto what you say.
It's not necessarily because I want to pass a card.
Right, but you can just say I don't care, and then I choose.
Okay, you choose.
Sure. I'm going to pass to the left, so I'm passing to Jay. Bez, you're passing to me.
Okay. I see.
Right. Okay.
Nice. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, ready.
And
the very so the 7 has to be taken
before the yellow 3.
Yes.
That's the only rule.
But we can do the 2 at any point.
Yes.
And
as long as it frees after the 7. Yep.
Doobie. Oh. Brain.
So Jay Fool's Guard is thinking deeply.
Yeah, it's just trying to it's a little. Yeah.
Okay, no.
Great.
Yeah. That's not bad. That was you making sure that Bez did not only have the 9, for example. That's not a bad play at all, especially if you already have the 7 and know that Bez doesn't only have the 7. So
yeah, that was the thing.
I'm gonna
send a signal.
No, I don't want to communicate it this time. I'm fine.
Yeah. To heck with us. It's like
I mean, you're
Okay.
free to communicate, Bez. I just don't feel like my communication at this time is necessary.
I thought you were just trying to make life interesting.
It's a balancing act about when is it more important to share information, because the relevant information you have might be at several different points in the game.
Mm.
And right now, I'm the third person to play,
I'm gonna play
so I
this.
don't see any need for me to give any information at this point.
Hope it's not ruining stuff. Okay.
Now I'm going to give some information.
And
it.
that is your only card.
No, we're in a dead zone. I didn't see that.
How are we in that zone?
We're in a dead zone. That means the token's on red, because that means it's not saying it's my only card. It's saying it is a relevant card that I am allowed to use to communicate something to you, either that it is my highest, my lowest, or my only. However, because of the dead zone, you can't quite read what I'm trying to say with it.
Right.
So it is either my highest, my lowest, or my only card in yellow.
I'm definitely going to communicate
all that you know.
something as well.
Okay.
Even
In
though
that
it's
case,
very...
I will put down this.
Okay. I am
okay,
fairly sure that everything higher than the 6 was already... I think I might have made a mistake. Okay, so now I am going to...
We need to get to 2
Can I communicate before you play? Just...
Yes, please. I think both of you might need to communicate before I play.
Why can I push this thing?
6.
You
have to click the card, not the token. It's really fiddly.
Right. I'm communicating something.
Okay. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I will be playing this instead. I would have communicated differently had I seen that we were in the dead zone, but I didn't see that because they don't put it in bold. They don't put it in like a different color or on the
like we didn't read the
yeah, I never read it. But
card.
in the actual game, they use symbols, so you don't oversee something like that. There's a symbol for dead zone, and they don't have that in this digital version, which means I constantly am overseeing the dead zone because all it is text.
Right.
And we did actually read the story the first time we played through the game, and it was just kind of meh, so I don't bother reading it now.
Makes sense.
I don't have to read that 5 times a week.
Okay,
once you've been through the game several times. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I mean, this is going to be a tough one to win, to be honest.
Interesting. Okay.
You're quite infatuated with this game, Sates, given that you've been playing it several times with several groups.
Yeah, I'm slightly addicted.
Okay, let's see if this flies or crashes.
Well,
you already know that it wins. It works because I played pink on your last. I played my yellow 9 already.
All right, I missed that.
Woo! I just played it on your pink one. Yeah. Nice.
So I think let's call that the last thing, because it's 10-2.
Yeah.
But that was actually really nice. It was an enjoyable wee thing. And yeah, in theory, Jay, if you want to continue at some point, then
we can actually play from here. We just say that we're continuing. It's not a timed game, so it will just stay in our logs.
Okay.
And then
and we'll kind of read the mission for the next one. So what does total attempts mean? Is that just how many times you've been through? So it kind of says, okay, we've had 5 times that we've either had to use the distress.
Exactly. You get an attempt every time you fail a mission, which we only failed 1, or if you use the distress token, it also counts as an attempt.
So in theory, you're trying to make it all the way to 50 and see how few attempts it took.
I guess so. I in the actual physical card game, I didn't bother with that because it just seemed like fiddly stuff to count up at the end. So we were just content to play, and we also didn't stop if we won and go to the next one. If we were enjoying a level, we just replayed it a couple times. You know, there's some levels where a certain player has to do something and the others don't. We wanted to all get a chance to play that level, so we would do it as many times as we needed until everybody had gotten their chance to play it. You know, with like for being sick, we wanted to play. You know, okay, so we'll play until everyone's had a chance to not win any. You know, and that kind of thing. So can't do that on here, but in the physical copy, we enjoyed that more. We said we would be getting more out of the purchase of the game if when we're having fun with a level, we just keep doing it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, out of curiosity, what was the first level that you felt, okay, this is so much fun, we want to play it again?
Yeah, I think it was the sick one, because that was just a novel idea. Like, okay, so one person can't win, and they can't say why. Like, so we did that one, and we did it. We were playing 4-player. We did it so that every person got a chance to do that role, and then we did it. I think 2 more times because Judith and I were both curious to see if we could do it without passing a card, so without any distress possibility. So we said before we even started, there will be no distress. Let's see if we can do it. And so that was fun. So we like to make it harder for ourselves in between there too. But yeah. But there were a lot of levels that ended up being really fun. So yeah.
How would you compare this to other kind of spiel? Shall I get rid of the thing? And if you two want to have your video on, you can. If you don't, that's totally cool. I'm just curious how you compare this to other kind of spiel des Jahres winners. Because it seems like even if it wasn't the... It's not... You know, I can imagine for sure later levels being quite complex and quite thinky, but it just feels as approachable as, frankly, Ticket to Ride. Given, I guess it depends whether you know trick-taking at all. That is the thing that we're kind of taking for granted. But, you know, within German families, isn't Skat such a big game that people would generally have played that?
I haven't had any trouble explaining trick-taking to people. Most people are just like, okay, trick-taking. And the one person I have had to explain it to figured it out fairly well. I thought going into it that this game is not complex enough to be a Kinderspiel, even having played the entire thing all the way through. But now playing it online with some people, I am seeing that apparently people do have difficulty with some of the aspects of it that maybe I'm taking for granted, that I have a lot more experience.
Yeah, because we are all gamers, and like if there is a family who hasn't played trick-taking games.
Yeah, so I mean, sure, Pictures is definitely more a family level game than this, and so Pictures won the normal Spiel des Jahres, and this one that makes sense compared to each other. Compared to other Kinderspiele from previous years, this seems very light. But I mean, I think the tendency has been to lower the complexity level in all the categories anyway, though. So.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make the award as simple as they can, but I think certainly all of us had fun. All of us, I mean, Sate's already addicted, you know, you're self-admitted, you know. And Jay, what I had, you know, quite a bit of fun. That's me like thinking, yeah, you know what, if I could get it whilst I might actually consider getting it if I can get it whilst I'm up here with my folks, because I think that this would actually be a game that, yeah, they would all enjoy. I'll, you know, check in with them to check we are actually going to play it before paying for it, because, yeah, Fruits, I just can't get over how bad Fruit Spy was. I mean, I might be misunderstanding something, but from the rules as written, it's a really, really terrible game. I'm sorry. But,
which one? Sorry.
Fruit Spy by Rainer Knizia. It's not a well-known game, and that's probably why, because it's, as far as I can tell, I mean, look, if it's one of those games, you're basically, so I want to get since it's today rather than tomorrow, fine. Basically, you've got all these numbers cards. Everyone's got 1 to 7 plus a booby trap. and they call it a tool rather than a booby trap, even though the word tool has no connotations of what a booby trap is essentially doing. And basically, when you play that one card, which is called a tool card, then that means that the next card that someone places in that area is discarded. So if you play a 7 on top of a booby trap, then hey presto, you've lost 7 points of influence anyway. So 1 to 7 is basically, are putting these on 6 areas. It's basically area majority. And when you've all put down these cards, at the end of the game, they're all flipped over, and the person with the most points gets the highest value fruits from each place. The person with the second highest gets the second highest value fruits, and third gets the third highest value fruits. But if there's only 2 people in an area, the highest gets both the highest and the lowest. You don't get to see what everyone else is playing, but you always reveal there's only going to be one face down card in any one area. So if you get what I mean, if I put down a card in an area, it's going to be face down. If someone else puts down a card in an area, then they'll flip mine up. So either that's giving them information as to how much influence I might have, but there's a little bit of uncertainty, which is quite nice. And or it was what they call tool card, which I think should have been called booby traps or something like that, where it basically means that their thing gets discarded. Anyway, so the bit that I really think is pointless, that I just can't get over how pointless it is that there's 2 characters that are very nice looking. They're on little standees. Those are cardboard cutouts and standees. And then if a card gets flipped over where one of these characters is, they move around. If they go back to their starting location, then that's the end of the game. That never happened in a 3-player game, and in a 4-player game. The game goes from 3 to 5. Sure, in a 5-player game, you might have slightly more cards played, but it seems like if this is just not happening, and if the game is going to end after 8 cards played anyway, why do you need that alternate ending? That's the bit that I just can't get over. And like, okay, the farmer, it's like just, this is where he starts counting from, and there's a tie-break thing that kind of makes sense. But then the other bit that just, I feel, it's just like the first time we played, it was, I don't know. Yeah, basically it's just this person who walks around anti-clockwise and is just an alternative way. And it feels like, I don't know, they wanted to put an extra components in there or make it look fancy or something. I don't know. This is me hypothesizing. But I just can't get over how disappointed I am with this game. I'm going to look it up on BoardGame because there must be something I'm missing, but I just don't understand because it's just really, really seems completely superfluous. I mean, literally, the person only made it maybe to step 3, and if someone's ending the game on their turn, okay, if someone's earlier on the turn order, then in theory they're making it so that other people get fewer turns, but that's such a hard thing to manage given the surroundings of the game that it's just, is that actually going to be realistic for people to do? And it's such a light, I don't know, like it's, I mean, to be fair, like we've already discussed things, so that's my opinion of the game. It feels like...
Why do you think about that game when we just played the crew? Is it similar?
No, it's completely different. Like, how could you even compare them? I just said, like, one of them's about getting a majority in certain areas. The crew's about cooperative trick-taking game. How would you even compare them? Like, one's a good game, one's a terrible game, in my opinion. I should make that clear. I'm not saying that Reiner Knizia is a great designer, made some brilliant games, but, at a point where you're making, tens of games every year, maybe just some of them are not going to be that good.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. But...
I'm glad you got that out.
Thank you.
It felt very therapeutic.
Oh, yeah, you're all here to listen to Bez whine about games that Bez does not like. But we should wrap up. I know that Saturday's less important because we had the whole thing where I would finish at 12 on the dot for sake, but where am I going? So wrap up. What happened? I started late, which was like a first ever thing, and I started 11 minutes late. Well, I've started 2 minutes late before. I've never started more than 2 minutes late, I don't think. Have I?
Okay, maybe not 11 minutes late before. That's true. This was the latest.
Yeah. How many times? I mean, yeah, there might have been one other
I think
time
there was one that
with
was 4 or
Calvin.
5 minutes late.
Was
And
that one of the ones with Calvin?
I mean, Calvin's always late, so that doesn't count.
That was before I kind of realized that's okay if someone's running late, I should just start myself and wait for them to turn up if they turn up, which is what I do these days. But yeah, this is the first time that I will just, oh, wow, it's 10:06 as I got out of bed. And then I basically made the thing and started as soon as I possibly could. And then Xate told me to get some water, which I did because, and oh yeah, I sang a song about Xate, and then we played the crew. And I really enjoyed the crew. How about you?
I mean, I'm
Jane?
addicted to it, so yeah.
I think it's my favorite trick-taking game. I'm not that fond of trick-taking games normally, but I really like this also because I'm not that good, so it's good to have somebody to help you.
Oh, you're fine. So I don't like trick-taking games or card games or cooperative games.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. But I like the crew.
That's perfect. Just mix all of them, then it works.
Apparently.
So it's kind of like how two negatives cancel each other out, because -1 times -1 is 1.
Except there's 3 negatives, so technically I should hate it again, but no.
I mean, game mechanism logic is slightly different. Maybe you need 3 negatives to properly cancel each other out.
Yeah.
That could be. Triangulate the negativity.
Jay, would you like to play again? Do you think you might get a copy at some point?
I don't. Maybe I'm gonna get a copy. I'm not sure, but I like to play again. Like I played it before, I had a good time. So it would be interesting to get into it a little bit further. I think the furthest I got in was like mission 12 or something like that. So not too far in.
Well, if we keep playing together, we can just continue from where we were each time and then get farther. Cool. It's I played a couple times where people just wanted to play once, and so we'd play, and we'd get to level 8 or 9 or 10, and then they'd be like, "Well, that was fun, bye." And I'd be like,
"Yeah,
oh, we're getting to the fun ones now, though. You really want to quit?"
Yeah.
So yeah, we should just keep going.
Yeah, to the ones that we actually start failing multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, it gets really funny when you're at, oh god, goodness, mission, I think it was 26, 18 times in a row. Ken, Dina, and I failed mission 26.
Oh, 26. I thought you
26.
said 6.
Okay. Mission 26. We failed it 18 times in a row. I'm not going to put the blame on any one person, but Ken and I are not at fault.
That is so mean.
Well, it's also very much the cards you get given, because that was the one where 2-1 cards have to win. And it's really hard with just 3 suits. So, yeah. 2 out of 3 ones have to win a trick.
You know what? I have been so infatuated with this that, yeah, because it's an interesting thing, kind of what works for your family, if you know what I mean. And for sure, my mum is a fan of Rummy. And because my mum's a fan of Rummy, the Trip Hell game for the L deck did not fly at all, because the things that were slightly different were suddenly, the worst things ever, because it's a deviation from this game that my mum's played hundreds of times. And I think there was an aspect of, if you... And it's interesting listening to my sibling yesterday talk about covers of songs and say, oh, this is terrible. How if you listen to a song and then you enjoy it and then it's changed, you kind of think, oh, it's not what I loved anymore. Do you know what I mean? And it's maybe not what you were expecting.
It's also how a lot of times when a film comes out about a book, that people who had read the book hate the film, but people who hadn't not yet read the book and see the film first prefer the film when they actually read the book later. I think we're sort of hardwired to prefer the thing that we come into contact with first, that we start an affection for first.
I mean, yeah, in theory, I should be looking at these and thinking, okay, do I put them back in? And oh yeah, someone else changed the colors yesterday, by the way, Xate. Yesterday,
okay.
Elaine changed the colors to white. But I did have the 4 or 5 minutes, so it was basically just for the duration of one song. But
so was it white names and white text on white background, or
no? It turns black text once you go above BBBB.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you could have done hidden messages. It could have been really fun.
Yeah, I think the people who made the software though are wanting to make it easy to use, which is good.
Yeah, makes sense.
What I was going to say is,
Silly
in theory, I'm not going to put play the crew back in, but because there's going to be too many occasions where it just can't happen, and I feel like
it
would kind of have to be the three of us have time and want to do it. Or you'd be starting a whole bunch of different crew missions, like me.
Start over.
Yeah, the first few aren't that exciting, so it's not that much fun to keep starting. I need to get up.
As I say, I've been convinced. I'm going to check how much it is, talk to my folks about it, say, hey, this is the game. Would you actually be up for playing it? And if they say yes, then yeah, I think it's worth getting because, I mean, given that...
I think it's only about a tenner. So.
Yeah, that's not too bad, and delivery should be fairly low. I mean, at most, anything above $3.50 for delivery is outrageous from UK to UK. But if it's under 2 kilograms, it costs £3.10 for Royal Mail to send it. I know these things because I send things.
Wait, anything below?
Anything below 2 kilograms that is within a certain dimension.
Okay.
So anything it's small parcel size, anything below 2 kilograms, it's something. I think it's £3.10. They might have increased it to £3.20, but then, you know, in April it's going to go up again. But
I still haven't been able to mail my Christmas package to the UK because they closed the shipping lanes, and they're raising the prices on the 1st of January
because of Europe.
Yeah, they're raising the parcel prices though by like 50% on the 1st of January, but they also won't take packages to the UK before then.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh! I was going to send something to Dina. I hope that I'm still able to send it. Fingers crossed.
I have a package in my fridge. I have a package that was ready to go out, and I had to bring it back from the post office and put it back in my fridge. So it's taking up a lot of space.
Is it?
That's unhandy.
Is it for the person that I'm going to?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the person who's getting this package has already realized that he's getting this package.
Is it for that person, Xate?
Yeah, but he knows. It's not a secret. He doesn't know what it looks like, and I like teasing Aqua about the fact that he's getting something he doesn't know what it looks like, but I can show all of you. If anyone wants to know what Aqua's getting for Christmas, just send me a message on the Discord, and I will show you. I'm very proud of it.
I've already seen it.
I think you have to. I've been showing it to so many people.
But is it eatable since it has to go in the fridge? Oh.
And the number of people who have now seen it is much higher than the number of people who have not. I showed it off on my live stream once.
I mean, that's not literally true. I mean...
Well, I mean, of the people who know me and Aqua and would care.
Yeah, of the people who know both you and Alex. That makes sense. Anyway, yeah, ostensibly this was meant to just be wrap up, and thoughts on the crew. I think it sounds like we're all positive. We all think that the Spiel des Jahres is continuing to lower the difficulty level of things generally. I mean, maybe that's not a bad thing. I mean, sure, Kinderspiel is always going to be the simplest that you can get, but there's nothing wrong with, why not have, like, basically party games, you know, for the Spiel, if that's the way it eventually turns out. But I feel like my city from Rainer Knizia, was that a Spiel des Jahres nominee, or was that a Kenner?
It was nominee at least. I don't remember what one.
I think
But
it
you don't
didn't
know which
win.
one.
No.
I think it was
just
nominated to Kinderspiel and didn't win.
I just remembered there was. Let's not do too much analysis, because then I'll start talking about things that I don't know. Unless we actually at this point, Spiel des. Okay, the Nominierten. The Nominierten. Are you laughing at my terrible German?
Nominierten.
A little bit.
Nominierten.
Ja.
Nominierten.
Nominierten zum Kinderspiel des Jahres sind.
Fine, I'll accept your cookies. Okay. Yes, my city was a Spiel des Jahres nominiert.
And look, I think Nova Luna was the third one, possibly?
Yeah, and I think there were just some people mentioning that it seemed like one of these two seemed a little bit more complicated than... wait, that's the Kinders. Than the crew.
I'm just gonna... I think I have to go. I'm gonna just... hang on. I'm gonna mute for a sec.
Yeah, but I've not played The King's Dilemma. I've been told I would not like it, but I would still be interested in trying it. I have Cartograph, and I love it. As a game to play on streams with people who are live streaming, I'm not sure that I would play it very often just on my table. It's a great game to play in a huge group when streaming, and I love it for that, because it's a little more complex than a lot of the other games people are streaming for online. So it's been working really well for the pandemic time when people are stuck at home and want to play games. That's a beautiful one. I've played it on a game day here with Judith, and she's just like, yeah, I mean, it's okay. And we both kind of agreed for in real life gaming, it just didn't catch our attention enough. We weren't captivated by it enough, but it is good for the online thing, which I think is its main draw to me, at least.
Which one are we talking about now?
Cartograph. Cartographers. Have you played King's Dilemma?
I have it on my shelf.
I've not played King's Dilemma.
And it's like... when things works out a little bit better.
Embarrassingly, the only ones of these I've played is Speedy Roll, because I happen to play it a couple of times because I know Sugarmick quite well. And...
How do you know Sugarmick?
And also I've played The Crew, but only online. I think I played Pictures very, very... I think, like, I got an explanation. Yeah, I didn't... I think I played, like, one round at Essen, because they were in the same hall as me, and I see everyone, and so I was like, okay, can you explain this really quickly, and just give me a quick 5-minute demo before I run off to my stand before the hall actually opens. So, but Nova Luna...
Some of my non-gamer friends have gotten copies of Pictures recently, and they love it. They are crazy for it. They think it's an amazing, wonderful game. I was not crazy about it, but I'm a different... I guess I'm not the type of person that would be looking for the Spiel des Jahres on the shelf. And I think for the people that are, that actually is a very good game.
Yeah, and I think it feels very novel if you don't play a lot of these kind of games, because it has these different like almost mini games, like you have different things to work with.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I feel like with The Crew, it just seems like to know how much complexity trick-taking gets at such a variable and insanely hard for all the judges to decide, is this going to be for Spiel or Kennerspiel? But whichever one it went for, you know, I'm glad that it won, because it's trying to do something very new. I mean, bringing cooperative gaming to a whole new genre, and yeah, it seems like they've done a great concept, good execution, so I'm sold.
I also think the
good job.
The onboarding, or like the way that it's introduces people. So you can start it with people who don't know much, and then eventually you get to really hard levels. It's really what makes it like a Kennerspiel, I guess.
Yeah,
Also
eventually you have people who didn't know what trick tanking were, and they're already like, all right, so I need to take 2 tricks, and I can take them at the same time if I get the right ones. Okay, I know what I'm doing. And you're just like, whoa, 4 rounds ago you didn't know what trick tanking was. So yeah, it's awesome.
So yeah, Thomas Singh. I don't know anything more about Thomas Singh other than they made the crew, or the crew. But congratulations, Thomas. I mean, well done. Great game. I mean, not that you needed some free, pretty much no-name people on the internet to tell you that, given that you've got the Spiel des Jahres committee.
Every single one of us has a name.
That is true. But for now, if you want to find me, stuffabez.com, stuffabez@bookstore.com, on twitter.com/stuffabez, instagram.com/stuffabez, and Board Game Geek. I'm Stuffabez, Board Game Arena, Stuffabez, twitch.tv/Stuffabez, youtube.com. You can just miss out the C, I found out, and just do Stuffabez. I should change that, stuffabez.com/discord. If you want to find me on Facebook, it is facebook.com/thingsbybez, because at the time, Facebook did not allow you to have the F and the B next to each other. I
love that. You should leave it like that. I'm Stuff by Bez everywhere. List of 40 different places where you're Stuff by Bez, and Things by Bez on Facebook. It's amazing. It's yeah.
So yeah, I think Jay and Jay are on the Discord. Anyone who's not already on the Discord, join it. And yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Xate, for basically putting that in the thing and engaging with the channel point system. Can I call them channel points even though they're not exactly channel point?
I mean, they're whatever.
I got permission.
They're whatever you say they are. Bezzy bonus bucks.
Bezzy bonuses. So the Bezzy bonus system. That's what I'm calling them. And now we finish off with asking, over to you. Oh, why are all my songs in C major? That's a weird one. Over to you.
Well, my song was in E.
Over to you. What are you up to? You can say anything you want to. That was terrible. I'm sorry. Okay, share anything you want to. I'm going to go and spend some time with my parents. Might ask them if they fancy playing the crew whenever we can get to delivery. You know, given, Christmas, it's going to be a bit longer, but I'll ask them and might even order the crew. Might read topics, probably play some games with at least some of my parents. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. And I'm going to eat very little because I very much overate yesterday. How about you, Xate?
I am going to be doing a lot of online gaming today. I have gaming dates with Michael and Ken to play the crew. We're doing on Michael's stream. We're doing Trails of Idleness, which is the map that I made for Trails of Takana for him to show off on his stream today. And Rob and I are going to meet up and play something later this afternoon on BGA as well. So lots of gaming with people I know.
Do you have something specific planned with Rob?
We haven't said yet. Last time we played Targi. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do something else. We'll see.
Nice. And what about you, Jay?
Well, not that much. I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I'm gonna go and get a temporary phone because my smartphone died yesterday or the day before.
Oh.
So that's unhandy because everything is closed. But I've got a place where I can borrow one. But yeah, no, nothing too crazy.
Well, I hope that you enjoy your days.
Yeah.
I hope that anyone who might be watching this now or after the fact, I hope you all have a good day. And of course, for the next streams, look at stuffbybez.com/streams. Tomorrow, as I've been doing sorry, excuse me, I'll just mute myself.
Tomorrow, Bez is going to talk more about the game they did not like. Tune in to hear more horrible things.
I'll kind of read it to just make sure I'm not missing something. I want to be missing something. I don't want there to be horrible games in the world. I don't want there to be games with rules that things that you need to keep track of that people are likely to forget to do, and then they only matter in like 10% of the games. What's that all about?
It seems like there's some games that sort of relies on like a certain meta that people agree on how to play the game. Like I think it's also Llama is also Renakinitzen, right? I don't think from what I heard it is. Some people really don't like it or understand it, and some people really like it because they have built this meta game around it, or like a common way of playing it. I think I haven't played it myself, so I'm just. So I don't know if that's the case for the other one.
Well, I don't know. There's someone out there for any game. Like, I mean, you know, any game could be enjoyed by someone. Like most the game games, of punch yourself in the face, and the person who manages to make themselves bleed the most wins. You know, I'm sure there would be at least 2 people in the world who would enjoy that game. I would personally not. And I would rather not be invited to play that game.
Same.
I was just
and it might be a very.
But I guess if you guys don't want to.
No, I'd rather not.
I was also planning on losing.
Whoops!
I didn't hit myself. Your turn.
Whoops! I didn't hit myself either. She isn't engaging in this joke even.
No.
We all lose. We all lose at the punching ourselves in the face game. But okay. We're all winners in other ways. And yeah, tomorrow I'm reviewing some stuff. I might start. So I'll probably start chatting about the comics that I've been reading and books. And Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is going to be more chaos next week. Friday, anyone can join in. I mean, to be honest, like during the chaos, like people can. It's been fun. Like I think that even when we go back to normal times, I might have like a chaotic thing once a week and say like, okay, all the stuff to do only happens during certain times. Like, okay, try to do it during the more chaotic streams, because I think it would be a bit inappropriate if we were talking about cultural appropriation and then suddenly someone says, hey, do task. Do you know what I mean? That feels like the wrong kind of vibe. So I might actually put in a message to say, please only use it. But with someone who's watching the stream...
Well, can you just deactivate it if you have a guest?
I could deactivate it. I don't want to have to keep activating it and deactivating it. Like, I'll just tell people, don't use it unless there's chaos in the title of the stream. Or on a Sunday, I'll do it when I'm not reviewing a thing. On Friday, I'll always do it. If there's chaos in the title of the stream, I'll do it. But just, like, if I've got to guess, then maybe it's okay. Like,
I'll check my I need you to change my status to editor, please.
No.
Why not?
Guess how many fingers I might be raising at you?
Is it a very loving gesture, something like this? All your fingers?
Like one?
Yeah, anyway, we'll talk more about the streams. I think maybe next Saturday is a good time to do it. But share, spread the word. I will have a quick look to see if there's anyone available to raid, and it has already gone on way longer than I normally do on any day except for Sundays. So, who is playing? Do we want to raid? There's a musician, there's a Spanish musician who I really like, John Robertson. Let's go to the Contra Acrostics because they've not got that many folk. And so actually having even 4 folk would be a nice thing for them. So let's raid them. I've only got 2 people in chat. Is it even worth raiding at that point?
They won't get an alert if it's under a certain number.
Oh, hey, dude. We're just literally finishing up. Oh man, I've
I
just
can't see the
been.
chat.
Oh, Dude
Oh,
Kalinsky
yeah.
says we should raid.
Well, then do
So
it.
good to have you. So yeah, then let me first start singing the bye-bye song. And anyone who wants to join in can feel free to, but bear in mind that there is lag, so bye. Let me. Bye. 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 This is a goodbye song. Bye. 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 Thank you for watching. Bye. 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 This is the end of the show. Bye. 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 And now it's time to go. Bye. 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 This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show.
Bye.
Bye, bye,
Bye.
bye. And now it's time to go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.